I'm going to bring in now former British Prime Minister Liz Truss. Liz, let's start with let's start with the breaking news, because just moments ago, seems like we've got a framework with Greenland and NATO. It's still early on, but your thoughts?
Well, I thought there would be a deal. There had to be a deal. And it sounds like, from what you're saying, that deal is now on its way.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about these European leaders, Macron or Carney, I consider him a European leader, maybe others, sort of rushing to the arms of China. I mean, don't they see the trap there?
Well, it's terrible. And you might have heard that in London, Keir Starmer has just approved a new Chinese mega embassy with a huge basement where there will be opportunities for the Chinese to spy on all of London's financial data. So it's not just Macron and Carney, it's also Keir Starmer. They are trying to play both sides, relying on American protection at the same time as trying to get favors from China.
Yeah, I just want to let the audience know the dimensions on that, right? 600,000 square feet, 225 residents, a quote-unquote cultural center, the largest Chinese diplomatic mission in Europe. I mean, this thing could be the base for anything. We know all kinds of things are going to happen there. And so you add that, and also giving away Diego Garcia. Why is this happening?
It's actually even worse than that. Keir Starmer wants to pay Mauritius for them to take Diego Garcia and the Chagos Islands. It is absolutely shocking, and it is because Britain is being run by a globalist cabal of human rights lawyers who care more about international law and the rights of people overseas than they do about our own citizens. And that's the reason that Keir Starmer is the most unpopular British Prime Minister in history. And all of these European leaders are unpopular. Macron's incredibly unpopular. And what we need in Europe is the same kind of populist revolution that we've seen under President Trump. That's what we need.
By the way, we're seeing it in South America. It is amazing. These countries that embrace the harshest kind of socialism in South America, one after another, voting for, they want what Argentina has. They want what El Salvador has. They want a Trump-like leader all throughout the South America. I think it can happen in Europe if they don't change the rules. I will say that NATO's Secretary General taking a lot of heat. He has actually sided with Trump, saying that, listen, Trump pushed us in the right direction. So how likely is it that the establishment will allow leaders to even be elected in Europe?
I think the public are going to rebel now. They are rebelling against all of the traditional parties that have led to this situation. Our energy costs are sky high, and President Trump pointed out today in his Davos speech, the reason is we've built wind farms and we've closed down North Sea oil and gas. So businesses are going out of business. Our industry is collapsing and people are incredibly frustrated. And I think that will lead to a change in government. But as you know, in America, the deep state is very deep and these people are good at fighting back. So I think we've got a hell of a fight on our hands.
You certainly do. But to your point, at least you have the Chancellor of Germany saying it was a colossal mistake to go down that green path. I've just got a minute to go with you. And of course, I thought about you with the bond market reaction in Japan. And now they're calling a snap election there. It feels like the Liz Truss moment happening in Japan. The bond market, the bond vigilantes, the establishment, if they can't get you through any other lever, they certainly seem to be able to get you through financial markets.
Yeah, and what we have is we have a lot of unelected central banks around the world, including in Japan, including in the United States of America, including in Britain, who have backed these disastrous Keynesian policies for 30 years. These policies aren't working. We've seen economic stagnation. We've seen energy prices sky high. We've seen our currencies debased because of all the money printing that went on after the financial crisis and after COVID. And those chickens are coming home to roost. And what they're seeking to do is target leaders like Sanai Takaichi, who's got the right ideas about what needs to happen in Japan.
Liz, thank you so much. I wish we had more time. You're definitely with the right person at the right time. We'll talk to you again real soon. Folks, this market's got a nice little spark in it as I hand it over to Liz Clay.